Imagine a cold November night in one of London's most exclusive neighborhoods. The city is quiet, but inside a grand townhouse, a brutal crime is about to unfold. A young nanny is murdered in the basement, and the prime suspect is not a stranger or a burglar, but a charming aristocrat, a man with a title, a fortune, and a reputation for high-stakes gambling. Within hours, he vanishes without a trace, leaving behind a trail of blood, a devastated family, and a mystery that would grip the nation for decades. This is the story of Lord Lucan, the missing earl whose fate remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in British history. On the evening of November 7, 1974, the Lucan family home at 46 Lower Belgrave Street in Belgravia became the scene of a shocking crime. Sandra Rivett, the 29-year-old nanny to Lord and Lady Lucan's 3 children, went down to the basement kitchen to make a cup of tea. There, she was ambushed and bludgeoned to death with a heavy lead pipe. The attack was swift and silent, so precise that Sandra never had a chance to cry out. Upstairs, Lady Veronica Lucan waited for Sandra to return. When she didn't, Veronica went to investigate, only to be attacked herself. She was struck on the head, left bleeding and dazed, but she fought back. In the struggle, she bit her attacker's fingers and managed to escape his grip. She ran out into the street, her hair soaked in blood, screaming for help. Neighbors called the police, and the quiet, affluent streets of Belgravia were soon swarming with detectives. Inside the house, police found Sandra Rivett's body in the basement. The murder weapon, a lead pipe wrapped in plaster, lay nearby. Blood was splattered across the stairs and hallway. The evidence pointed to a carefully planned attack, not a random act of violence. Lady Lucan, recovering in hospital, told police that her estranged husband, Richard John Bingham, the 7th Earl of Lucan, was her attacker. She recognized his voice and his mannerisms. The couple had been separated for nearly 2 years, locked in a bitter custody battle over their children. Lucan, once a fixture of London's high society, had been living in a nearby flat, his finances in ruins from years of gambling losses. That night, after the attack, Lord Lucan disappeared. He made a series of phone calls, to his mother, to friends, claiming he had stumbled upon a violent struggle at his wife's house and had tried to help. He insisted he was innocent, but his story didn't add up. His car was later found abandoned in New Haven, near the English Channel, its interior stained with blood. Richard John Bingham was born into privilege in 1934. Educated at Eton, he served in the Coldstream Guards before embracing the glamorous, risky world of professional gambling. He was a regular at the exclusive Claremont Club, rubbing shoulders with the rich and powerful. In 1963, he married Veronica Duncan, and together they had 3 children. But beneath the surface, the marriage was troubled. Lucan's gambling debts mounted, and his obsession with regaining custody of his children after the separation became all-consuming. The police investigation quickly focused on Lucan. The evidence was damning. The murder weapon was traced to his home, blood matching both Sandra Rivett and Lady Lucan was found in his car, and his own wife identified him as the attacker. Lucan's version of events, that he interrupted an unknown assailant attacking his wife, was dismissed by investigators. The inquest into Sandra Rivett's death named Lord Lucan as her killer, making him the first member of the House of Lords to be named as a murderer in modern times. But Lucan was gone. Despite a massive manhunt, he was never found. Over the years, countless theories emerged about his fate. Some believe Lucan drowned himself in the English Channel, his body lost at sea. Others are convinced he was smuggled out of the country by wealthy friends, living out his days in South Africa, Australia, or even as far as India. Another theory suggests he was killed by criminal associates who feared he would become a liability. Alleged sightings of Lucan have been reported from all over the world, but none have ever been confirmed. The mystery only deepened as the years passed. Before vanishing, Lucan wrote 2 letters to his brother-in-law, Bill Shand Kidd. In them, he protested his innocence, blamed his wife for the situation, and expressed concern for his children's future. The letters, stained with blood, did little to convince the public or the police of his innocence. Sandra Rivett's murder shocked the nation. She was more than just a nanny, she was a beloved daughter and friend, whose life was cut short in a senseless act of violence. For her family, especially her son Neil Berryman, who was adopted as a baby and only learned of his mother's fate as an adult, the lack of justice has been a lifelong wound. In the decades since Lucan's disappearance, the case has been periodically reopened as new evidence or technology became available. In the 2000s and 2010s, DNA testing was used to examine evidence from the crime scene and to investigate alleged sightings abroad. In 2020, DNA from a teacup used by a man in Australia, rumored to be Lucan, was tested against Lucan's family DNA. The result was negative. Neil Berryman, Sandra Rivett's son, has been a driving force in the campaign for answers. In recent years, he has worked with police and forensic experts to re-examine the case, hoping that advances in technology might finally reveal the truth. As of 2024, however, no new evidence has emerged to conclusively solve the mystery. Legally, Lord Lucan was declared dead in 1999, and again in 2016, allowing his son to inherit the title. But for the police, the case remains open. The Metropolitan Police have stated that, despite periodic reviews and the use of modern forensic techniques, there is no conclusive evidence to confirm Lucan's fate. Theories continue to swirl, fueled by books, documentaries, and tabloid headlines. But the hard truth is that, 50 years on, the Lord Lucan mystery remains unsolved. The Lucan case endures because it is a perfect storm of privilege, violence, and mystery. It exposes the dark side of the British aristocracy, a world where wealth and connections could, perhaps, help a man vanish. It is a story of a family destroyed, a life lost, and a nation left with more questions than answers. For Sandra Rivett's family, especially her son Neil, the search for justice continues. For the rest of us, the story of Lord Lucan is a chilling reminder that sometimes, even in the most civilized of societies, the truth can remain just out of reach. So, was Lord Lucan a cold-blooded killer who escaped justice, or a desperate man driven to the edge by circumstance? Did he die that night, or did he live out his days in hiding, haunted by his past? Until new evidence emerges, the fate of Lord Lucan will remain one of Britain's most enduring mysteries, a story that continues to fascinate, frustrate, and haunt us all.